Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are supposed to start the Cambridge IGCSE paper, that is the paper 2 extended, and the code of this paper is 0580/21, and this is basically from May-June 2022. Question number 1 over here. Write down the prime numbers between the 30 and 40. As we know, the prime numbers are the numbers having two different factors, one in itself. We are supposed to check with the prime number between 30 and 40. We have 31, that is the prime number. It has only two factors. Similarly, the 37 is a prime number because 31 it has only two factors, one in itself. Similarly, 37 has only two factors, one in itself. Now here we have to calculate 4 to the power 5 minus 5 to the power 4. We are supposed to solve it with the help of a calculator, or we can solve it with with the proper calculations as well. For example, here with the help of the calculator, if we are supposed to solve it, it gives us, for example, here we have 5 to the power 4, like 5 to the power 4. We have basically the first one here, 4 to the power 5 and then 5 to the power 4. Okay, for example, here we have 4 to the power 5 minus we have 5 to the power 4, and it gives us 399. Let's say, for example, we have 4 to the power 5 is 1024 minus 625, which gives us 399. We have another question, that is Jason starts at run at 10:05 a.m. and finished 1:02 p.m. Work out the time Jason takes to complete the run. We're supposed to find its journey time. Like if we're supposed to change the time in 24-hour clock notation, then we have the 1:02 p.m. gives us 13 hours or 13:02, and similarly we have 10 and 05. We're supposed to subtract these two times. As we know, the 2 is less than 5. We're supposed to take 1 hour, and it here remains 12 hours, and we make it 62 minutes. And when we're supposed to subtract 5 from 62, it gives us 57, and then here we have 02. It means 2 hours and 57 minutes are his journey time. Now another question we have here, 1 minus 0.7, giving your answer correct to two significant figures. For example, if we are supposed to subtract 1 minus 0.7, it gives us 0.93, and similarly when we are supposed to subtract 0.38 from 0.45, it gives us 0.07 or 0.7. For example, if we are supposed to, with the help of a calculator, we are supposed to check it. Like here we have 0.45 minus 0.38, it gives us 0.07. It is basically 0.07. And when we are supposed to divide it, for example, 93 by 7, and it is again we are supposed to, with the help of a calculator, we are supposed to use the calculator over here. It gives us we have 93 divided by 7, and it gives us 13.2857. 13.2857 we are supposed to write in the four significant figures, 13.285, and the four significant figures, it gives us 13.29. This is the answer, the two significant figures. After that we have a question, that is, okay, Christie changes $380.80 into pounds when 1 pound is equals to $1.19. Calculate the amount Christie receives. We're supposed to change dollars into pounds. As we know, the pound is stronger than or bigger than or the greater value from the dollars, and when we're supposed to change from smaller to bigger, we divide. It means 380.80 divided by the rate is 1.19. Whatever we get the answer, let's check quickly. Here we have, therefore the calculator, we're supposed to change 380, for example 380.80 divided by 1.19, it gives us 320. It is 320. We supposed to check the 320 is the answer. Yeah, okay. Now find the 180 is the product of the prime numbers. We supposed to find the product of prime numbers are with 2 and gives us 90. 2 is 45. We have 3 with 15 and 3 with 5 and 5 with 1. We have the prime factors like 2 power 2 and 3 power 2 and then 5. This is basically the product of the 180 as a prime factors. Okay, we have next page, like it's I think so working like okay. Without using a calculator, we're supposed to solve this question. For example, we have 3 over 7 minus 2 over 21. Make the denominator same. 1 times 1, it is 9 minus 2 over 21, which gives us 7 by 21 and which gives us 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is the answer. Okay. After that we have like work out the value of s when a is to 0.9 and t is to 4. We're supposed to find s, that is basically is half, and then we have a is 0.9 times 0.9 and times here we have that is 4 squared. Now we have s is to 1 by 2 times 0.9 times 16, and after that we have, for example, we supposed to solve 0.9 times 8, and 0.9 times 8 gives us 7.2, and we have the answer, that is 7.2. Arrange the formula t in terms of s and a. We're supposed to find t as the subject of the formula. It means we have 2s equals to at squared. Now 2s by a is to t squared. By taking square root on both sides, we have like 2s by a whole under root equals to t, and you're supposed to write here 2s by a under root of t. The answer is there. Okay, after that we have, for example, okay, the next part, the next question, I think so it is little bit slow, I think so, for the questions. Okay, for example, here we have find the nth term. Nth term we like 22. This is the basically difference is 5. We're supposed to subtract the 5 to get the next term, minus 5. This is the difference. And here we have a. For example, we're supposed to apply the formula, that is a plus n minus 1 into d, and we have a is 22 plus n minus 1, and difference we have minus 5. We're supposed to solve it. We have 22 plus minus 5n, when we're supposed to multiply with the negative 5 to n, it gives us negative 5n plus 5. The formula becomes like 27 minus 5n. 27 minus 5n is the formula nth term. Find the nth term of the sequence. Okay, sorry, this is the part like 27 minus 5n is the second part answer. For the first one we have, if we supposed to check the answer, like negative 5, here we have next term, negative 5, it gives us negative 3. it's minus 3. Now we're supposed to apply the same formula as we discussed. Here we have the triangle ABC is mathematically similar to triangle PQR. Calculate the QR. This one, like here we have the two triangles are similar, and similar triangles are proportional to each other. 8 by 6 is 2. We have then, for example, 6 by QR. Then, for example, we have 2 4s are 2 3s are. After that we have 4 QR is to 18, and then we have QR is to 18 by 4, and 2 9s are 2 2s are, which gives us 4.5, and QR is to 4.5 is the answer. Okay, here we have the two triangles. Cross sections of the mathematically are similar. The prism, the volume of the larger prism is 320 centimeter cube. Calculate the volume of the smaller one. Larger one is 300 is 20. We have the formula, that is V1 by V2 equals to L1 by RH1 by H2 whole cube. Now, for example, the larger one we have the volume 320. We are supposed to find the smaller one which was in V2, and the larger one we have 8, and the smaller one, for example, we have 6, then whole cube. After that we have, like we're supposed to solve it, it is 320 by V2 is to 2 4s are 2 3s are, and we have cube. Now we have 320 by V2 is to, we have 64 by 27. Okay, now with the cross multiplication, for example, we have V2, let's say V2 is to 320 times 27 by 64. Now 64 5s are, and then we have V2, for example, we have V2 is to 5 times 27, 5 7s are 35, 10 and 135 centimeter cube. This is basically is the volume of the smaller prism. Okay, we have next question. For example, okay, it's a little bit slow, I think so. Okay, now the interior angles of a pentagon are in the ratio 4:5, ratio 5, ratio 7, ratio 9. Find the size of the larger angle. As we know, the small triangle, sorry, the pentagon, the sum of the pentagon, we have angle, interior angle of a pentagon has, like we have n minus 2 into 180. Now pentagon 5 minus 2 times 180, then 3 times 180 gives us 540. Now we have sum of the ratio, sum of ratio of the angles. We have 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, which gives us 10, 14, 21 and then 30. The larger angle, the largest angle, which the ratio is 9 is the largest angle. We have 9 by 30, then times total we have the angle 540, like we have 3 1s are 3 3s are, and 3 times 54, which gives us 162. 162 is the largest angle. After that we have the question, that is we have like 200 times 10 to the power 100 minus 2 times 10 to the power 100 minus 2 times 10 to the power 98. We can easily solve it. For example, if I suppose to take the common, like 2 times 10 to the power 98, inside the bracket we have 2 times 10 to the power 2, and then here we have minus 1. After that we have 2 times 10 to the power 98, and here we have 200 minus 1, because 2 times 100 gives us 200. Then again we supposed to write here 2 times 10 to the power 98, and here we have 199. Multiply 2 times 199 gives us 2 9s are 18, 18 19, 398, times 10 to the power 98. We're supposed to write the answer in the standard form. Then make it 3.98 times 10 to the power 100. This is basically is answer. Okay. Here is supposed to have solved already the train passes through. I supposed to explain it again. Basically it was to save the time I was just first supposed to solve it to save the time, then I supposed to solve this question again. Okay. A train passes through a station at a speed of 108 km per hour. The length of the station is 120 meters and the train takes 7 seconds to complete pass through the stations. Work out the length of the train. We're supposed to find the length of the train. For example, if this is a station and if the train passes through this station is which one is, and then for example when it's completely passed, then this is basically is the train, and the total one is we come from point A to point B, and this for example the point C is there. We're supposed to find C to B. Okay. The change we're supposed to check in 7 seconds how many distance the train covered. The speed is given 108 km per hour. We're supposed to change this kilometer per hour to meter per seconds because the time is given in seconds and the length of the station is given in meters. As we know, in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters multiplied by, for example, 1000. In 1 hour there are 3600 seconds. Then for example we supposed to 0 to 0 will be cancel out, and this is speed meter per second. We supposed to change it. Then we have for example 36 ones are and then 3s are. It means 30 meter per second speed of a train. Then how much distance is covered in 7 seconds? 30 speed into time like 7, and it covers 210 meters. Now basically 210 meters from A to B. We're supposed to find the station is 120, for example 120. The total one is 210 from here. Then the length of a train, that is length of train, for example length of train, that is 210 meter minus 120, which is the length of a station. Whatever the answer we get, for example we have then 0, then 90 meter is the length of a train. We're supposed to write the answer in the answer space as well, this one. Okay. After we have the next question. Okay, now we have the 4 to the power x is equals to 1 by 64. We're supposed to find the value of x. This is basically the topic from the indices questions. Now we have for example 4 to the power x equals to, we can write 4 to the power 3. After that we can write 4 to the power x is equals to 4 to the power negative 3. When the bases are same, the values are equal. X is equals to negative 3. Okay. Now describe the single transformations of the maps triangle T onto triangle P. Triangle T onto triangle P, basically this is the enlargement, and the scale factor is, for example we have 1 to T onto P, like this one. T onto P, it becomes half basically. Okay, the scale factor SFR, the scale factor 1 by 2, and then another point. First one is we have enlargement, although it is reduces the size, but still in mathematics it is enlargement. And scale factor, then we're supposed to find the center of the enlargement. In the center of enlargement we just like for example this side we have to join the corners, for example, and third one if we supposed to join, it is basically the 4 and 4. The center of enlargement is 4 4. Center is 4 and 4. This is enlargement for 1 mark, scale factor half. Okay, but this is negative 2, not the half, because when it becomes from center of the enlargement it becomes opposite to the center of enlargement, then the scale factor is negative, minus. These 3 points we're supposed to write over here. For example, enlargement for 1 mark, scale factor -1/2. The center of enlargement is 4 and 4. Now, okay, after we have another question, that is find the radius of hemisphere of the volume 80 meter centimeter cube. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cube, and if the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube, then half of the volume of sphere is 2/3 pi r cube is equals to 80. Now we're supposed to solve pi r cube is equal to take the reciprocal from here, 3/2 times 80, and after we have pi r cube equals to 1s are 40s are, it's 120. Then we have, for example, pi r cube is to 120 by pi is 3.142. After that we have, for example, r cube equals to, we're supposed to divide it, for example, with the help of a calculator. We divide it, this value, for example, okay, 120 divided by 3.142, which gives us 38.19. 38.19. Now we're supposed to taking the cube root on both sides. After taking the cube root on both sides, that is, what's the answer we're supposed to get? That is basically is the answer we're supposed to taking the cube root, where is, like, for example, we have these are the functions ratio, then trigonometrical, and we have, like, in this calculator, I'm sorry, that is like 3 point something maybe, which is all the square roots are here, not having find the cube root function over there. That is basically, it can be 3 point something, because 3 3s are 9 and 9 3s are is 27. It is 3 point something, or whatever the answer, you're supposed to check it. Right now I'm not having a calculator, like, okay. Now we're supposed to check the next question we have. Okay, now here we have, like, okay, the A, B, C and D are the points on a circle. A, B, C and D are the points on a circle. DU is a tangent. T and U is a tangent. The circle at point D, this one is the point D. D is parallel to CB. DA is parallel to CB. These two lines are parallel. For example, these two lines are parallel. Okay. Find the value of x and y. If we're supposed to check the x and y, for example, for x, if this one is x, these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel, and then x is, like, we have, okay, if we're supposed to check the, okay, now y is equals to we have 38, because in cyclic quadrilateral the exterior angle is equals to, like, is opposite the interior angle. This is basically equals to y is to 38, and then x plus y, because these two lines are parallel lines, this and this line is parallel, and we have, for example, is, and check the transversal, for example, then we have, for example, this one. Okay, now x plus y is equals to, like, the 60. Okay, x plus y is to 60, and x plus 38, we have 60, then x is equals to 60 minus 38, and then x equals to 22. X is 22, and then y is 38 degree, because this is logic becomes like this and this, and other logic we make an other logics as well, because this one is x plus y is equals to the 60, because we can say it, if this one is the 90 degree, again the total, okay, this is the tangent, and tangent becomes from the center, it becomes the 90 degree with the radius. Okay, now these two lines are the parallel lines, and this one is, for example, the transversal. This is also, for example, we have x, this is 38, and it becomes, for example, 120. Let me check, sorry, I think so. Okay, for example, we have 120 plus, for example, x, and plus 38. Now we have like is equals to, okay, sorry, I'm supposed to solve over here. 120 plus x plus 38 equals to 180. We're supposed to take this triangle as well. Okay, now it is 158 plus x is equals to 180. Now we have x is equals to 180 minus 158, then x is equals to, again we get the 22. More than one method to solve the questions. Any questions we are supposed to solve. X is equals to, here we have 22 and y is 38. Okay, now okay, BA, okay, in the diagram AB is parallel to PQ. Okay, then AQ, A and Q, and PB and P and B intersect at X with AX is equals to XQ. Complete the following statements in the triangle ABX. Triangle ABX, for example, here, and it is QPX. Okay, in the triangle AX is equals to QX. Yeah, or XQ given. The angle BAX, this angle is equals to, angle BAX is equals to angle PQX, because these two angles are the same. Angle PQX, angle P, Q and X, because of alternate angle. Alternate angles. Then angle AXB, this angle is equals to angle QXP, because vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, now the last part over here, the triangle ABX is congruent triangle QPX, because the congruency criterion, that is angle side, like angle side, because two angles are equal and one side is equal, because which side, AX and then QX are sides equal, and these two angles are equal, and this one is angle also are equal. Two vertical angles are equal, and then one side is equal. You can say it AAS. This is the type of the congruency. These two types of triangle, like A, angle, and then side. Okay, and we're supposed to check the the next question. So it takes time, it's a little bit slow to move the next page. Okay, here we have the question number, I think so, the 20 over here. We have here the diagram shows the speed of a time graph, the 24 seconds, the car journey. Calculate the deceleration of the car in the final 8 seconds. The final 8 seconds means from 16 to 24. This is basically deceleration, where it stopped. comes to the object, comes to the its original points are in the 0 or in the stop position. Okay, now the starting point is its velocity is 12, and for the ending is it's the time, that is 8, 12 and then 8. When we're supposed to say it, for example, v2 minus the final velocity minus initial velocity, that is we have the final velocity is 0, the initial is it's 12, like we can say 0 minus 12, 0 minus 12 over the time difference is 24 minus 16, that is negative 12 by 8, and that is 4 by 3, negative 4 3s are and 4 2s are, that is negative 3 by 4, that is basically this deceleration. We can write it 3 by 2, negative 3 by 2, that is or 1.5, this deceleration. Okay, the total distance traveled during the 24 seconds. Total distance is basically is the area under the curve. If we're supposed to check it, this is the trapezium. In the trapezium we have the area of the trapezium 1 by 2, then height is 12, then sum of parallel sides. One side we have this one is for the 16, for example 16, and then this one is the parallel side, that is basically the 24. When we're supposed to solve it, for example the 6r, then 6 times we have, that is 40, and then 240. The total distance under the curve is 240 meter. Completely factorize, we supposed to check over here. For example, we have make the pairs 1 common, 1 minus q, and the negative a common over here, and then it is basically has 1 minus q as well, and 1 minus q is common, and then we have 1 minus a. This is the answer, the factorization. 1 minus q, and then we have 1 minus a. Okay, for the next questions here we have the simplify fully the 216, then y to the power 216 and whole power is 2 by 3. We're supposed to check, for example 216 the whole power is 2 by 3, and with y we have y to the power 216 and we have 2 by 3. If we're supposed to check 6 power 3 is 216, because 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, and here we have 3 and 3 will be cancelled out, we have 6 squared, and here we have 3 7s are, 3 2s are, and y power 72 times 2, which gives us 144. The answer is 36 y power 144. Okay, now find the value of p and the value of q. Like for example, we have with the completing square x square plus 2 with x, then 4, then plus 4 square, and then it is 4 square, and we have, for example, we have plus 10, and then we have minus 4 square. Okay, why minus 4 square? If we're supposed to check this x square, this becomes this 8x is complete here, and this 4 squared we supposed to write over extra, that is we supposed to add 4 square and we supposed to subtract the 4 square as well. Then from here it is we have x plus 4 whole square, the perfect square. Now we have plus 10 minus 16, which gives us x plus 4 whole square and minus 6. P here we have in place of p, that is a 4, and q we have negative 6. This is the value of p and q. After that he says we're supposed to solve it, like we have here x squared plus 8x plus 10 minus 30 equals to 0, x squared plus 8x minus 20 is to 0, We're supposed to find two numbers when we multiply to get 20, when we're supposed to subtract them to get 8. 10 times 2s are, it's x square plus 10x minus 2x minus 20. Breaking away of middle term, basically we're supposed to solve it. After that we have x is common in the first pair, then x plus 10, we have the negative 2 common in the second pair, we have x plus 10. After that we have x plus 10 is the common the whole term, we have x minus 2. The answer, okay, this is basically equal to 0. Now we have x plus 10 equals to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0, then x is to negative 10, and then here we have x equals to 2, then we have negative 10 and we have 2. Okay, a cuboid measure 24 centimeter by 12 centimeter by 8 centimeter. Calculate the length of the diagonal of the cuboid. For the length of the diagonal of the cuboid, basically that is the length. Okay, then that is, if I supposed to draw a cuboid, for example here, then the different dimensions it has, like we have 24 for example, this is for example 12, and for example this one is the 12. We're supposed to find the diagonal, for example this length, this one, that is 12 squared plus 24 squared, and then plus, sorry, this is 8, for example 8 plus 8 squared and whole under root. Okay, it is 144 plus the 24 squared is, for example we have 24 times 24, for example squared, it is 576 plus 576 plus 64 the whole under root. Okay, now for example we are supposed to solve it. 144 we are supposed to add them, like we have 144 plus 576 plus 64, which gives us 784. Okay, square root, we're supposed to take the square root, that is 28. Then it is basically is the 28 is the answer. 784 the under root, and then we have 28 is the length. Okay, now we have okay, w is proportional to the square root of y, and y is inversely proportional to the x when x is equals to 4 and y equals 16 and w equals to 8. Find w in terms of x, in terms of x. This is 25 question over there, and then we're supposed to solve. This is the question, for example view. Okay, one is the w is proportional like the directly proportional to the square root of y, and okay, y is inversely proportional to the x when x equals to 4, y equals 16, and w equals to 8. Find w in terms of x. In terms of x, means we're supposed to find the w in terms of x, like we're not supposed to solve the x. You can solve it easily, but we're supposed to check it. The next one, this question is very easy, you can solve it because, okay, now in the diagram they show the triangle OAB and the parallelogram OAB and the parallelogram OAL and K. This is the parallelogram, for example. This one is the parallelogram. Like, okay, the position vector of A is A, for example this one. Okay, and the position vector of B is B. This one is B, and K is a point AB. Where is the point is AB? Okay, so that AK is ratio KB is 1:2. AK and KB, for example, this is 1, this is 2, the total one is 3. Find the position vector of L in terms of A and B, giving your answer in the simplest form. Okay, for example, we're supposed to find the position vector of what L, like we're supposed to find OL. For O to L, we're supposed to find, for example, these are basically parallelogram, and in parallelogram we have like the sides are with multiple, like scalar multiples, okay, are equal in the simplest form. The O position vector for the OL, we're supposed to find the O and L. Let's say we're supposed to find this is from O to, for example, this one, and A to L. What is A to L? We can check it, and AL, and this is basically also A, because parallelogram opposite sides are equal, and we have like then okay, this one is supposed to find AL. What is AL? This and this is opposite, and we can find this side. For example, we find AB equals to, like AB equals to B minus A, and when we're supposed to find AK, and AK equals to 1/3 of B minus A, K. This one is A and K. Okay, now supposed to find, okay, and what is then OK? O and K, this is equals to like AK. Okay, then okay, AK, then we're supposed to find AL. AL is basically AK plus KL. AK, for example, AK, we have AL. AL we have AK plus this one, and AK we have 1/3 into B minus A and plus A. And when we're supposed to find, for example, this one is A, this one is AL. Okay, now we have for example, I'm supposed to run off a space over here. Okay, I'm supposed to use this one. Okay, we have B minus A over 3 plus A, like we have B minus A plus 3A by 3. We have like B plus 2A over 3. This is basically is B plus 2A over 3, and then we have, okay, from O to L, A plus, now we have OL, that is A plus B plus 2A over 3, then OL we have 3A plus B plus 2A over 3, then we have 5A plus B over 3, or we can set 5A by 3 and plus B by 3. Okay. Now we have here the question, that is the line y equals to x plus 1 intersects the graph y equals to x square minus 3x minus 11. The point A and B, find the coordinates A and the coordinates of the B. We show you are working. Okay, now for example we have y is equals to, when we substitute the values, for example we have x square minus 3x minus 11 equals to x plus 1. Now we have x square minus 3x minus x minus 11 minus 1 equal to 0, x square minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. Then we have, okay, now we have two numbers when we're supposed to multiply to get 12, and when we're supposed to subtract them to get, like the 4x square minus 6x plus 2x minus 12 equals to 0. Then we're supposed to x, then x minus 6 plus 2, we have the common x minus 6 equal to 0. Then we have x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, first we're supposed to factorize them, then that is x minus 6 and then x plus 2 equal to 0, x minus 6 equal to 0, and x plus 2 equal to 0, x equals to 6, then x equals to minus 2. Okay, then I think so we have, okay, you must find the coordinates of A and B. What are the coordinates of A and B? The line, okay, at the points intersects the graph at the points. Okay, when x equals to the y, have the points like y, when x equals to 6, for example, the points, what are the points, for example, points, okay, x 6 and then y 7, 6 plus 1, y 7, and then we have like x minus 2, and for example y is to minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Other point is minus 2 and minus 1, and then the one point is we have 6 and, for example, we have 6 and 7, and then the other points, for example, the A and then the B points are -2 and -1. Thank you so much. Allah bless you. I try my best to solve this paper. Hope you understand. Jazakallah khair. Best of luck.